You just did that.
Interview squad in the building Friday evening. I was set up and running.
Interview!
Welcome.
Yeah.
We got Jamaica International.
We're here.
Not even want to say guest interview. We have a brother on set to do today. Go for them, know him as KJs too. We're there. Everything in general.
Boy, I'm there, enjoy it, enjoy life, give thanks to life. You don't know, glad say we have survived this corona and hopefully we can soon play some basketball again.
Definitely.
Hey, hold on. So basketball stop play, can I see some people play basketball still,
Legally, my talk.
Listen to me, Willie. I know for a fact that Boulevard Baptist Church have workouts with social distancing. Big up Coach Tesfa, Coach Simon.
Right.
I know the Pembroke basketball team are doing their running and their push-ups at social distancing at Queens Hill. Yeah, I don't know about basketball being played. We'd have to check the referees and see what's going on.
Up and running. As you mentioned,
as the grandstand doing some workout too.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier, Goofy, that you have to give thanks for life. And today we got some sad news regarding Jerry Slow from the former jazz coach.
Yeah.
So we really want to say condolence. We just want to say.
Yeah, Utah Jazz, his family. He was a great coach. I used to study the Utah Jazz. Not just this man used to pick and roll with he made great players. Rest in peace.
And John
Deron Williams, Carlos Boozer.
And funny
condolences from the interview squad reaching out,
I just watched him on the Michael Jordan Last Dance too, and because they were like the last episode, so I'm just come on and I comment and I said them think they better win. So it's sad for no Sam pass out this morning and pass on this morning. He was also a player for the Bulls. He played for the Bulls, enough people know.
Yes, he played for the Bulls as well. Yes, he was a very good player.
So we have to ensure. So the youngsters might have look and say, who them a talk about? But
yeah, man. I know who man and who games so either,
Someone have the Google, have the smart Willard, them have the smartphone, but
sound boy, keep that workout going, sound boy.
Yeah, man. So Google it and see who is Jerry Sloan. Kirk locally, we also have an next person pass away that give a shout out from. I think he's from your side.
Yeah, Bobby, rest in peace to Bobby Digital, Bobby Dixon, producer, produced Shabba Ranks, Sizzler, Ninja Man, Lady Saw. He's an icon in the music business. Yo, rest in peace, Bobby Dixon. Calibud. I hope you know y'all watch this. Calibud. Calabar, you don't know Calibud. But they are fair, Calibud. Yeah, big up you and then big up the people. Bobby Digital, that was heartwarming,
And persons who mentioned regarding, you say Shabba Ranks, so persons who watch overseas that have an understanding when they hear their name there. But as I said before, condolences goes out to the sad news. But we are here, we are live. We are talking about basketball. Basketball about. Yeah, see there? Goofy General up and running. Right. All right. Today on the program, as you see, the poster going around. For those who don't see this poster, today we have a special guest. A guest that if I did have a I would have taken it off to him, When you talk about a good coach, and you mention positive, enthusiastic, supportive, trusting, focused, knowledgeable, observant, respectful, patient, and clear communicator, you can definitely use these characteristics to describe this individual. I'm blessed to see him on the side of the court, encouraging, motivating our young players. And it was a privilege and for the opportunity to bring him on the program because I believe strongly we need to highlight persons who give so much of their time for our youth in regards to basketball. So without any further delay, we're just going to bring on Coach Ricardo Edwards.
Of all Harbour Eye.
Coach.
Harbour Eye. Look like coach.
Coach is here.
Oh, he's here.
Okay. Me never talk from Ola but for come to Kingston, so I say,
Hey, blessings to all.
yes.
Blessings, coach.
Blessings to all.
Blessings.
Okay. Up and running. All right,
Blessings.
Coach Edwards.
Good evening, everybody. To the interview.
Yes. All right.
So, man, God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
okay. All right, Coach.
My brothers and colleagues.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, it's just a lag, like you're freezing, like.
Okay.
I'm not sure what.
I'm freezing.
Far him come from, you know.
Yeah.
Could you repeat the question?
All right, then. The first question to your Coach Edwards. Take away basketball. Who's Coach Edwards? No, not Coach Edwards. Sorry. Who's Ricardo Edwards?
Are you hearing me now?
We hearing you, Ricky. We hearing you.
You're hearing you. So who is Ricardo Edwards? Not Coach Edwards. Can you just introduce yourself?
Ricardo Edwards. Ricky. The Nkrumah Anthony Edwards, Pastor Edwards, Daddy, Uncle, Big Fish. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, man.
Yes, we hearing you. We hearing you.
Right.
Big brother.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else to call it. Yeah, just a down to earth where see young people as our future and love to invest in them because I want my country to be better. Invest in the generation that can do that.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Coach, you're having some issues with the internet. I don't know. You're sticking, like, I don't know if you want to probably jump out and jump back in and see if that fixes it.
All right, then.
All right. We'll have him.
Gary.
Yeah, as you know, technology. Just hope that everything is good. So all the persons who are constantly saying Jamaica have 5G, this is proof we don't have 5G. Right? We still have internet issues, we're still struggling with Wi-Fi. But guess what? This is an interview that must take place because, as I said before, in history not stop right here. So I tell you, when you look on the track record, it's a lot. And Goofy is here. As I said, we have to invite Goofy to be a part of this discussion.
Hey, looking at
yeah. Know what is
looking
going
at
on.
Ricardo Edwards' track record, 20 plus years of coaching, under 19, under 16, under 14, female, summer league, and he's won at most of these competitions that he's entered over 20 years. This man has done work.
Yes, a lot of work. And I'm saying, and I constantly say it's a privilege to have these coaches volunteer so much. And I use the word volunteer. I constantly use the word volunteer because the amount of work that these coaches are doing for these youngsters, you cannot even put a price on it, and they are not rewarded in regards to money for it in that way that they can say, yeah, I'm comfortable.
Very true.
Yeah, so every time a coach is on it, I always say volunteer. Persons might wonder, why am I always say volunteer? They don't get paid. But trust me, if you watch one day routine from a coach, you realize why I use the word volunteer. It's not easily.
Big up all of the coaches, them, man. Trust me. Keep up the work, coaches. These kids need us.
We might mention over and over the amount of improvement Jamaica basketball need.
Coach?
Yeah?
Yeah, so like,
are you hearing us?
Yeah, you hearing me now?
Yeah, man. Why hear?
I'm hearing.
Yeah, man. Live and
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. To the viewers, we test before, we test like half an hour before, and it usually come through clear. But as soon as we go live, I don't know if it's YouTube, I don't know if is what. But as I can say, coach.
Eric.
All right, look like he's back.
Nah, get through to coach. Coach, I
Farmer
freeze.
come from in Old Harbour and then Kingston Wellington.
Old Harbour, yeah, man. We out.
Yeah. So it's a little bit traveling distance.
Say,
Alright.
the distance, yeah, the frequency traveling from far. So stay with me.
Okay, cool. Alright then.
Yeah.
I realize it. Alright then. Coach, how long have you been coaching?
20 years now, to be precise.
Okay, cool. What's your biggest struggle as a coach?
Sometimes the inability to do more.
Inability to be more. Explain, emphasize, expand on that for me. What do you mean the ability to do more?
Inability, not the ability.
Okay, the inability to do more.
Coach, you have like a TV playing in the background or something?
Okay. No, man, everything is all right. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, I'm hearing
Yeah,
you.
I'm just
Yeah,
hearing some
hearing you.
background noise, so I don't know where that's coming from.
Okay.
So all right, so coach, you started
Yeah, like
at
Coach Edwards,
old.
you heard me?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, man,
hearing
in my ear,
everybody
man.
clearly.
Okay. You started at Old Harbour as an assistant coach. Before starting to coach or
Yes.
anything like that, did you ever play the sport or coaching was the first experience with basketball?
No, I was privileged to play under the great Capo at
Which
Dunoon Technical. But the funny thing
where?
about basketball, Dunoon Technical.
Kevin Herbert.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Capo, your coach.
Kevin
Yeah.
Herbert.
Big up Capo.
The
Big up
great Kevin
Capo.
Herbert.
Good coach. Maybe it
Yeah,
up
you know,
Dunn's
two
side.
young men because him just leave Tivoli when he started to coach Dunoon. He just left
Okay.
Tivoli when he started to coach Dunoon. So that was the funny part about it. But the thing about me and basketball is that 1990 I went to a wedding in New York, my aunt, and coming from a natural footballing background, they could not play any football because it was snowing, December, heavy snow. And my cousin brought me to a college, and I saw this round ball that I was trying to juggle, not even knowing that Tivoli had a good basketball program back then. So when I came back to Jamaica, I started to take the man them create and cut it out and use football and the jump shots. You know that would have caused fights, because people want to
Yeah.
kick them ball and I use it to do jump shots until I found out that, hey, there were places that I could go and play the sport. So I started out 55 Mountain View site. They used to put up a rim and a light post in the scheme. And I started
Remember them
shooting
days
because
there.
that was the thing I loved, just to shoot. Until one day I have a brother that tells me, yeah man, tell me, say, listen to me, brethren. What if somebody lock you down and you can't shoot? What next? So it pushed me to start to dribble the ball.
Oh.
Then a little growth spurt from 5'7" to 6'1", 6'2", and I started to play street ball a lot. So it helped me. So when I went to the noon technical, there were certain fundamentals, maybe not refined, but I had it.
Oh.
And let me give credit to Capo. One man when miserable and can cuss, but then his technical skills helped me to play basketball at a nice level back then.
And you bring that same.
Capo is a great defender.
With him said that's the same. I realized that when I watch youngsters play, they're fundamentally sound. So you bring that same concept into your coaching that is taking place now, right?
Repeat the question.
I was saying you mentioned about the importance of fundamentals and you learned that through Kepo. And I'm saying if you follow that same principle now, coaching all over, if that's what the same strategy you bring forth.
During that period of learning from Capo, I would observe and take in McCarthy, Howard McCarthy, because at the time he coached Aqua, and then Old Harbour and Aqua, that type affiliation. So I used to leave out and go with a Robert Ramsey, a Garth Thomas, a Sean Powell, you know, and these guys to go to Aqua practices with them as a youngster. So, and then I used to watch like a Basil Barrett at Arden because that was our nemesis when I was playing back in the early 90s to mid 90s. You understand me?
Basil Barrett.
And I used to watch these guys. You understand me? And me coaching now, it's a mixture of taking what I have learned playing and observing these coaches and then try to execute it or try to implement it with the students that I have this day. So yes, fundamentals are key.
What are your expectations from a player just joining your program? For example, a young player come, what are your expectations from that player?
Okay, first and foremost, he'll tell you that coach will say to him, you're willing to cry, you're willing to sacrifice, you're willing to sweat, and you're willing to study hard. Those are the key things. And once you are willing to adhere to these things, then we can talk about you willing to learn basketball.
Okay. Most definitely.
So you basically made them know, say, yo, this is going to be hard work. You're not going to easy. You're going to ball. You're going to tired. You're going to hurt.
Sound like Michael Jordan camp.
Is there, coach, is there any player that you coach that exhibit exceptional talent that up to today you say you really see that player on the big stage?
Yeah, I've coached several of them. One of them, which Kurt would know of, and I have his T-shirt on right now that I strongly believe, you know, would have gone even further, but you know, God knows best. His life was cut short in 2016. Whoa. That's Kevin Godfrey. He was a phenomenal player. I mean, phenomenal player. He was, was a good player. You understand me? I believe the sky was the limit for that young man. You know, I do have other players that I've seen, the Joel Baileys, the Earl Mowats, the Bradley Bogues. I can name several others out of them, you know. Still, Willis the Butler was a phenom, you know, just like a gem, a diamond in the rough. Junior, you know, was just a different person. Nick Javel, you know, you have Leon Coley. I have several of them right now that I can, and I don't want to leave out anybody and get in any trouble, but you have several of them. But if you talk about stand out, if I should name one specific player that, you know, to this day, I'm still looking to see a second to him. And please, if that boy ever the online and a laugh, you know, Joel was, you know, Will Butler is just determined. Will Butler is just a force to be reckoned with. You understand me? But Joel was just a thinker. Joel saw basketball like chess. That's how he played. Yeah, Joel.
One never can get in touch with Joel.
Like chess. Joel is a very smart
one never can get in touch with Joel.
We need Joel on the interview. We need Joel on the interview. Wait, Joel!
Knowing him, I can't sleep at night because of him. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Joel, go on.
Joel, this coach has been coaching for 20 years. I will mention to you which player that him really see have true potential, and guess who him call? Joel. Something wrong with it?
I wonder why.
Joel, this man who we are interviewing now,
hey, please,
any kind words, tweet, anything you learned from Coach Edwards that up to today you're still displaying in your game?
Man, learned so much from him. You know, like him coming to Old Harbour, like the second year when we did that year and stuff, and like the way him go about the game and the discipline him bring with the game off and off the court. Like learning from him, like a father figure, like that was used for me because he showed me like life is bigger than basketball. And during times where like stuff was going bad or whatever, I could go to him and talk. So like one heap of something could I go up to him and talk about, but just being like a true, what would I say? A true
motivator, father, brother, big uncle, persons, you're not here with us, so you're overseas now. I think you got a scholarship and you're playing ball overseas, and I know for a fact that with the work that Mr. Coach Edwards instill and the principles, as he mentioned, it lead you and give you that opportunity to be overseas now. So all things going on over there now in regards to, before we have you off the line, in regards to basketball.
Basketball.
I didn't say I want to see an NBA, you know. That Ricardo tell we, you know.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal, you know. That was the first. That's all I wanted to do was like go to the NBA. You know, nothing to change.
Yeah.
So you're still working out during this period, then you still put in the work.
Always. Right now, like actually yesterday I get a private gym. So after like the past 2 months, me haven't really get in the gym. So like yesterday, like I called someone and they connect me with someone over here because I'm in North Carolina now. So I'm not but I know a lot of people. So it's kind of 4 years. So I finally got a gym. So I started yesterday back in the gym. And that, you know, I'm outside, the park is open.
Okay, cool.
Gary, Willie, trust me, that don't surprise me.
All right.
Joel, wonder how me Joel,
working out too.
Okay, Joel.
Actually, say something.
All right, Joel. We're basically. I'm going to finish up a conversation with Coach Edwards. However, I wanted to give him a call. I don't know if his wife is going to be upset, but me hear him mention something about retire, but we'll talk about that later. I'm thinking he could give him a call to tell him, say, you have more Joel out there and need him help. All right? So, cool. So,
yeah.
All right, Joel, we'll link you up.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Listen. Listen, let me say something. Just drop in a little. Just touching something. You know, let me just tell you why. So Will was a kid. Will Butler was a kid that he didn't have basketball nowhere around him where he lived. Keep in mind, he lived in a district called Point Hill. Wow. And for those who know a country, that is country. But yet still, Will Butler's determination to play basketball supersede his location. Yeah. I just want to talk to somebody out there who will listen to this program, especially a child that feels that because they are living in a particular environment, they are not able to move forward. Will is at UAB. I just want to speak to somebody like right now. He's at UAB coming from Pine Hill that don't have a basketball court. For him to travel to Old Harbour from Pine Hill, that's one journey. You understand me? He has to wait on a taxi, wait in the evening to get and when he comes from game, sometimes his parents have to beg taxi drivers to come pick him up in Old Harbour. If I can accommodate him, we'll do that. You understand me? So for him to be where he is, it tells you of the determination. Any child or any person that puts their head or puts their mind to accomplish something, it is possible. No matter where you come from.
Definitely. Well said, Coach. And I hope that the viewers are the young players are listening and to know that determination is key. Not go hand out to you easy like that. You have to work for everything in life. Don't want a piece of gold spoon thing. Coach Edwards, as you mentioned about Joel's success, what would you consider to be your greatest accomplishment throughout the 20 years coaching?
Seeing young men and women matriculate in society and are doing better than what they were doing before. See how basketball became a catalyst for people to be accomplishing things fulfilling their dreams, whether it be internationally or locally.
Yeah.
Seeing them translate into this society and they're not being a negative impact on anyone, but they're being a positive influence in society now. These are my goals. Believe me, not one of the trophies them can compare to some of these things. The other day I was passing through and the soldier stopped the car and him stopped it and I was looking and I draw down my mask and I near him ball out, coach! And I smiled. That was one of my past player. And these are the goals. These are my greatest accomplishments. Yeah. Greatest, believe me.
Yeah. Coach Edwards.
Yes, sir.
I've been to two of your basketball camps. Yeah, I've been to two of your basketball camps. In the summer that keeps at Old Harbour. Tell me about I've been there 2 years in straight and at least 17 kids were baptized through the basketball camp. Oh. Tell us about this camp and leading these kids down this path.
Hey, let me just say this. For those who don't know, Coach Edwards is Pastor Ricardo Edwards. More so, he's a Christian and one who do believe in the saving power of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My background is this. Come from a nice residential area in a Kingston named Tivoli. Not only know it because of Uptown. Right? Born and raised.
Only know Cherry Garden, that's the only other guy.
Highway, Bustamante Highway. Loud up everybody from down there. You understand me? And that's where I came from. I got a second chance in life because I had a mother that believed that no matter where you come from, you can make it. And she chose to buy a house in Old Harbour. Coming to Old Harbour, I was still doing a lot of things in Kingston. And one day somebody turned to me and said, there's more to your life than what you know. So stop trying to limit yourself by what you see with your physical eyes and start to look beyond that. I'm grateful that a man named Michael Grant spent time with me, a pastor, and he invested in my life and he showed me that there's a better way and you can go about it. And this, you don't have to be just preaching to tell people about Jesus Christ. Your life itself must be an example to lead people to Christ.
Which is
yes.
Basketball was a tool that I was playing. You understand? A tool that I was using. My knees were torn, were damaged, so I couldn't play as I wanted to. And I realized that, listen, you have this thing and this is what you know how to do. Why not make God use you to use this to change lives? So 6 years ago, it so happened that a pastor, a partner, called me and said they have been trying to get me. And I said, me? And he said, yes. So he said, listen, we want to partner with you. And there's a team that wants to meet you. And, you know, I met with Dennis Harker, Jeff, Mark Roberts, and the team from Centerpoint Church in Cincinnati. And their mission was to help young people. And they want to find out how they could influence and change lives. And one of the things that I suggested was basketball, and they said that's what they love. And that's how the partnership grew. So we said, why not do something that can impact not only persons in Old Harbour, but young people across this island? And that's the vision that we have. It wasn't supposed to be just for Old Harbour. It was supposed to be for all over. And we said, why not use basketball to present Christ? The first year we had about, I think it was close to 200 or 100 and something kids came out. The format is that you have a snack, you have mentors that have different stations that you can sit down and talk to persons. You have basketball drills, stations that you go about. Then separate from that, before you leave, somebody speak into your life. And we did that for the first year and we saw the success. You know, people were getting saved. I mean, young men and women were getting saved. And it wasn't about forcing anybody. It was about allowing somebody to make a conscious decision to change their life. Then the second year, we reached over the 300 mark. And, you know, let me just big up Centerpoint Church, because keep in mind, they are not Jamaicans. They are not from here, but they saw the importance to come and invest in our children's life. And out of this camp, we have two persons, one at Bethel College, that's Nikolai Bailey, formerly played for Old Harbour High, and 7 foot Javel Redwood at Taylor University that used to play for Old Harbour High. You know, scholarships were handed out, but the most important part, and let me not say scholarships are not important, but the camp ministered to persons, and more than 17, my brothers do. But you know, it ministered to person, it gave them another outlook on life. You understand? It gave them another, and that is the important thing. You know, you want the
it was a wonderful sight. I will not tell a lie. It was good to see the kids playing at a high level of basketball. Jerome Thomas.
Jerome was baptized.
Jerome,
And
Fabian, Sutherland,
Junior
Tissia
Graham,
Parker, Junior Graham,
Junior Graham,
Joel.
wherever you are, Junior Graham, find yourself on this program, Junior Graham.
Okay. We have our
Javel Redwood, Nikolai Bailey.
our secretary taking down
And
those
Javel
names,
comes
right?
back every year.
But as I said,
But what you're saying is just a
Javel
beautiful
and Nick
thing.
comes back every year to the camp.
Coach Edwards.
It is because you see, you get the opportunity to help young people.
Mm-hmm. And what I realized, Joel mentioned a while ago, is that the way you approach it, it was not on a coach perspective, but more like a father. And I can testify to that. When I see you around your team, players, it's not a coach thing. It's like daddy the year. And, any little thing, them turn to you. And with that being said, I must ask, have you ever been approached to assist the youth national program?
Yeah, I needed to ask you that for real. That's because I see that you have over like 40 championships. You win.
Yeah. You're someone, as you said before, you talk about principle and everything behind, and it's not just about the sport. And sometimes I believe the players.
Yes.
We're going a while ago.
Him jump out, but him soon come on, man. Him soon come on.
Oh, probably the signal.
Yeah, we know the signal. I have to be the signal. I say Fabian at I can totally rate that knee damage thing. Fabian, come on, man. Nothing wrong with the knee, bro. You need for about your hands,
Leave Fabian alone. But let me talk quickly about the whole Harbour camp. They actually sent 2 buses to Kingston to pick up people, and they pick up people from Kingston, Spanish Town, going over. And they have 2 segments. I know them have the early morning segments for the lower kids.
Right and go.
And then the bigger kids come over in the afternoon, and the coaches that come from actually play against the campus. First time go through the drills, talk. You have a Christian station, which is really good.
Which is excellent.
Coach
Edwards, yes.
And the bus is free.
And the bus is free. My question to you, as I said before, sometimes we are here and we're giving a lot of advice to the players then and admin and all to the things. I'm glad that you are here as a coach to help us to understand the importance of not just teach basketball, but to ensure that certain principle is followed. Any advice to the coaches out there now who is
Gary
have the youth program going on?
Yeah. Wait, my coach, before you didn't answer the first question.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been approached?
Go ahead. Please repeat.
Have you ever been approached to coach one of the youth programs nationally? That was the first question that Gary asked.
No, sir. I don't think I've ever been approached.
I've got to talk to Jab about that.
Wow.
That make no sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Over 40 conference crowns, 5 national titles. And we can't tell the youths them love you because I won't call any names, but I say there was a clash at one point between camps. And all of the ball of them the sides are all over them are go. So,
but that is what
wow.
And that's why it is important for this program, William. So I was emphasizing the importance of even educating persons who are viewing now, to show that little secret, that little recipe that will make the dream work. As I said before, the players look up to Coach Edwards as not only a coach, but the person that instills certain qualities and certain principle in their life. And I'm saying to Coach Edwards now, do you have any advice to the coaches out there now who have the young team working with, how they can approach it and how they can ensure that the kids don't just leave with basketball skills and talent, but the overall package?
Coach might be having some more technical difficulties. I'm not sure. I see that his screen is frozen.
Yeah, it freezes.
Yeah. The door 5G.
No, we're just having body. Let's tell the viewers. I think they're vandalizing Digicel and Flow's equipment. So this is why we're having such bad internet connection. All right, but that's a good question, Gary, and hopefully as soon as
we need
an answer.
sometimes we are here and we are bad, and we are saying the kids are not doing this, the kids are not doing that. But come on, we are trying to fix the whole.
Sometimes it's the coaches are not putting the kids in the right situation.
Yeah. Coach, I don't know if I can repeat.
I can't tell you this.
Yeah.
Just to share a bit with you. Everybody have their own reality in terms of how they coach, because coaching styles vary. You understand me? And I learned over the years, not because I see a man do it this way, that means I should bash him, because coaching styles are varied. But one of the things that should be centralized in terms of us coaching or dealing with students or children is that we need to firstly remember that they are children. They are children. You might see them big, you might see them, very fast. They have a big, elaborate body like and all of that. But keep in mind, they are children first. And because they are children, they have children issues. And if you are going to help them to go to the next level, you have to deal with that part of it too. It's not about, putting them together to win a championship. Then at the end of the day, they're thrown to the side. You have to find out what is happening with them. And another, as I said, to each his own, but that's a part of the principle that governs me. One, because I know not everybody will get a scholarship. Not everybody will go overseas or get something in a university. What next for that youngster? And sometimes we need to spend time on finding these things out and see how best you can help them. Help them, because you don't know who you're helping. You don't know who that chance to.
And everybody needs help.
And I can say you help Sullivan a lot too.
Coach Edwards, I wanted to ask you, because you spoke about when you started as a player early, you were watching a lot of coaches. So tell me about some coaches that stood out early then and some coaches that stand out now.
Then, in the 90s, early to mid 90s, Basil Barrett. Let me just call that spade as a spade. Basil Barrett. You understand? He conquered the 90s. Yeah, man. Spidey conquered the 90s. A matter of fact, Spidey will tell everybody, say, him my father. You understand me? He conquered the 90s. He was one of them that you look up to when you talk about, fundamentals and had a wonderful program to emulate. So he was one of them that I used to take a keen look at. Howard McCarthy, for the mere fact that he had a heart for people. And let me tell you, Howard McCarthy, let me big him up. Santa, we call him a Olaba. If you're going Olaba and say Santa, that's Howard McCarthy. He had a heart to see young people develop and to move forward. Our program was more to develop. So that's the props. That's the big one. That's the boss. You understand me? Let me just tell you, say, Capo, I will cherish every moment with Capo, because, you see, there's a time in basketball that tough love, and you notice me use the word love, tough love was needed to bring across a point. Not to damage the person, but to the person realize, hey, it's a competitive sport you're playing. And I always have a respect Capo for that. You understand me? I will always. I remember one time, it was a rocks, and Capo said, you're not playing good. And it was very real, you're not playing good. So why you have to come off of the bench? And it was, we had a sports day at Dunoon Technical. And that sports year, I make up my mind, say me and bench not going to be friends. All the time I'm supposed to be on the bench is when either quarter or half time. And I went in that sports day, I'm a dominate. I mean, literally I average 50 per game to some of the better players for Capo. And when I went back to training, Capo start me. At the time, we had two leagues. We had the regular league and we had knockout league. And Capo start me, and he taught me something about favoritism. A man must work. Work for what? When a player put out the work, reward him. Yeah. Not favoritism, reward him. Capo taught me that as a coach. Capo taught me that. Once a man put out the work, reward him. Reward him. So those were true. CB has always been one that I watch. CB I watch. CB was always subtle. I tell you, he's a very subtle punctual coach, and I will not stop saying that about him. One that I have high regards for. So there's several other coaches, but the standout one, the one that the decade, the 90s for me, was Spidey.
Yes.
Basil Barrett.
Yeah.
And if you talk about now, this and with that, but every time I look on what is there, I see potential. When I can look on a Coach Martel, Lod's there in a class by himself, El Presidente. You understand me? You look on a Dave Pugh, Damian Sullivan. I can't talk about Simons. I not call goofy name. I'm not calling goofy name none at all. All right? Simon Brown. You can go around and then you look again. you understand me? We have to thank. So you must
Vassal
not call
from
the name, brethren.
Diego. Vassal from
No,
Diego.
don't even say the Browns. The
Lennox
Browns.
from Catherine.
Vassal and
Holland coach.
Cool man. You talk about Stumble. Let me not even say Coach Stumble and Coach Brown. You understand me? The great dual Batman and Robin. You understand me? And you big up these things, and I'm happy. Instead of saying that the cup is awful, me see Jamaica basketball, they're on a plateau right now for take off. Because when you have people like these, which I believe are great minds, that can go forward, I strongly believe that we are on a plateau right now, can go forward. We just need to sit down and get out the nitty-gritty. But I'm optimistic about Jamaican basketball right now. Very. Not pessimistic. We do have flaws. Mark you, we have them. But if we can sit down and stop playing the selfish game. I play in the fifth. No comments. I'm optimistic right now.
I sense the passion for the game. The passion. That is it. I sense the passion. I see that positive energy coming forth. I'm going to ask you a question now. I think this is.
Yeah, man, it is there.
I don't want it personally, but question: how hard it is for you to walk away now? Because I realize the passion is still burning. How hard it is.
Repeat the question. There was a breaking.
I was asking you, I can tell you that I saw that the passion still, the fire burning inside you regard to basketball. Mm-hmm. How hard is it now to walk away? To be honest, it is very hard. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Now, can you imagine living in a community that when you walk out on the road, coach, when you're at church preaching, coach, you understand me? When you step out, coach, even baby just born as a coach. You understand me? It's difficult because you don't, because you never coach. You see, the thing is this: you coach to impact lives, and that has been my mantra, to change lives. You understand me? So it's really hard because you always want to give another young in it.
Chip out.
So it's challenging.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult. You know, I'm being very honest. Sometimes I sneak. My wife, sometimes I sneak and try to watch, my basketball classics. Me 80s basketball with the Dr. Dre's battling the Larry Birds and the Isaiah Thomas. You understand me? And sometimes I watch the all-time box with Lou Alcindor. You understand me? And it's hard. You get me? Hard. You get me?
All right. Remember asking this then. In the last 20 years of coaching, not just the kids, beside from the kids, but tell me some of your favorite moments.
Yes.
Ask again. Oh, you heard.
I was saying, tell us some in the 20 years coaching. Oh, you heard.
All right, several of them. The 2013 national champion. The 2013 national championship. The 2013 national championship is one of them. And let me tell you why. Yeah. First, one of them is that I got suspended. And people, me not for to talk about, my life is an open book. I got suspended in 2008 or 2006, 7. After coming after 3 national finals with Arden, with Earl Mowat Group. And after that suspension, and how it was done, I felt that it wasn't done right. But then I sat down and I said, I played my part. I don't have to go into the details because, it speaks for itself. I sat down, no argument, sit down and took whatsoever discipline came. When I came back, I hated basketball. You hear me just say, I hated basketball. For those coaches that struggle with emotions in basketball, it is natural to have it. Sometimes you have to love the sport, sometimes you have to hate the sport, and it is very natural. I hated basketball because I said, look there, after you spend so much time you're doing this, look what happened to you, But then, 2012, I got a chance, at the very elite and august body called Old Harbour High School to come back again and do another work, and I was there, and that championship meant a lot for me because after coming after 3 national championship with the under-16 team, back to back, we lost to Arden, but then win 3 national championship with the female team, back to back, and then getting suspended. first year back in basketball, I won a national title. So that meant a whole lot to me. Went unbeaten with that batch and won a national title. And it so happened that we beat Arden. You understand me? For that national title. And then it went back the following year. Yeah, man, my father, sorry. Oh, daddy, are you me talk? You understand? Yeah. And then went back the following year. And won. Then you talk about Kevin. In that young man took off, they had this Nike Lightning Elite tour in Jamaica. And out of that, they selected this kid, Kevin Godfrey, and he went up and he was doing well. When he passed away, it hit me big time because he spoke to me the day. I think it was the day when he died. He called me on a video chat. And we were talking and, and he's expressing that, coach, I need to see her because my wife and daughter was supposed to go up alone that August, the September. And I didn't want to go up. I said I'll stay because I was still new at the church. You understand me? And he said, coach, I want to see her. So I asked my wife, hey, listen, I don't know how you're going to get that ticket then, but get it. And she got the ticket, very expensive, but she got the ticket. But then get a call that he passed away. His mother was trying to be strong because she didn't want him seeing her crying because he didn't want to cry. But to know that, he wanted to see me, before he died. And that's a moment that I'll never forget. Other moment is that the camp at Old Harbour. It's not even just about those from Old Harbour. When you see so many young people in one place doing something positive, as much as the outlook in Jamaica can look very gloomy at times, that's always a glimmer of hope. That's always something that will bring a joy to my face. More so them getting to hear about Jesus Christ. And I will overly emphasize them getting to hear about Jesus Christ, have an impact on our life. So I know, you are going to rob me, and you are going to kill me because there's something that speaks to your life that transforms whatever frame of mind that you're in into something positive. Several other things, get a chance to go out with my kids because them know, more shout and cuss them, but at the end of the day, me and the whole of them pack up a KFC, have a chance to work at Old Harbour High because it's not just about working with the basketball players, it's about working with children on a whole and spending time with the staff. Big up Mr. Linton Weir and the crew, the auxiliary staff, the administrative staff at Old Harbour High, everybody that serve at that institution. You understand me? Those are some of the key things, getting to bring them to church. You understand me? Seeing them getting baptized. And these are sort of things. Then also, opening that court. Kurt, the court in Old Harbour?
Yeah,
the church court. Yeah. Getting a chance to see a dream come true. Because my dream has always been for basketball to be something like an afterthought, but a tip of your tongue talk in Old Harbour. And getting that court, you understand me? How that worked out was a miracle. How the things came down through Delta Airway, we had to pay nothing much, and getting that court set up so people can come and learn the sport. Then now, also seeing basketball as a part of the curriculum in PE in Old Harbour High School. Listen, yes, if I should close my eye now, there are several things that I'll be thankful for. You understand me? And one of the things that I'll be thankful for that at a school you make an impact. Because coaches, sometimes you think it's trophies alone make an impact. It's not that alone. What are the changes, the legacies that are you leaving in that school that to say that you were there and you changed certain culture? Remember, it's a rural area school, and majority of our rural area school are what? Football, netball, and cricket. And if you have a good runner, track and field, no circle. Yeah. But yet still, basketball is a part of PE in Old Harbour High School.
Oh,
it's a part of the curriculum.
Well done.
So coach.
Yeah.
So after 20
years, sorry, before you ask, hold on, the brother, don't ask. My opposite, please.
I'm going to ask, go on the thing. Sorry to the viewers, it's just the internet. Coach.
The passion does short.
Yeah, man, I can't hear the passion. We still not hear, coach. I don't know if you want to come out.
You might mute.
You mute your mic. Unmute your mic. So a button on the screen, man, you press unmute. You look like you do it again and
press the audio button.
Press the audio button, coach.
Well, Mr. Coach, good for the court in the box.
Yeah, man, I'm here with you.
Okay.
I'm here with
sign language a while ago.
What were you saying, Coach? I have a question for you, but what you that say? Finish your talk.
Yeah, man, I was saying that it's good when your students can leave school because academics is key enough. And let me tell you this, not everybody will be able to learn like to the traditional setting. You understand me? And learn, but they can learn a skill or something. But if you really are determined, you cannot. I was privy to share this story with you. Nikolai Bailey, when he was at high school, he was in a struggling because he could have hardly read properly. You know, I hear somebody say it on Facebook, and I'm going to say it that you're trying to get are not talented, less talented children scholarship. But you said this is the reason. Now think about it. Nikolai Bailey will be graduating from Bethel College in Indiana with a bachelor's soon. And he started high school to read. Was very low, but now he's doing this. Coach, invest in your kids' them life. Please, me I beg you now. Because as I say,
You know,
We're not here.
Coach, your audio chip out. Your audio chip out. Yeah, lag out and lag back in. I don't know why, but we're not hearing you.
Yo, we need to hear where my set.
Yeah. You press back the mute. It's still mute. Unmute it.
Somebody are coaching. I tell him up for it.
Yeah,
you're here.
Yeah, why here now?
yeah, we are here now. We are here now.
But we missed out half of what you that say a while ago.
And trust me, that those are food for thought. We need to hear.
Can I
I'm
get
just sharing that it's all important. So, why? Yeah, here. Yeah, I was saying that it's also important. So not only just try to coach to win. The greatest thing is when they can, you get them the greatest thing is when they can also matriculate academically. Because see, sometimes if you spend time with a child, I say it again and I'll say it. Nikolai Bailey, and I'm privy to share this. When he started high school, he could not read properly, and he was struggling academically. Now, a lot of people that write him off and they just want him to play because he had the body of trust me, Goofy, remember Nick? Nick was nickname Monster, was big. Yeah. But I remember Nikolai Bailey, who tried to work, even 6'7" now, sorry. Let me correct you, Chuck. And so, I remember Nikolai Bailey had his struggles in high school, but people were put around him. And coach put programs around your kids. If you really mean them good, invest in them. But you do not pay me. And I understand the remuneration part of it, and believe me, we need it. And please, principals, if anybody here in authority, it's also important. But please, invest in them. Nikolai Bailey right now, the same person who used to struggle, he's going to graduate from Bethel University next year, and he'll be graduating with a Bachelor of Art. You understand me? You'll be leaving school with a Bachelor's of Art. And I say, coaches, spend time with them. Spend time with them. Spend time with them. Help them. Because you just don't know who you kick a gun out of them hand. You turn her away from being a prostitute or a slut. You understand me? You don't know who you turn to be the next prime minister or whosoever that will make. So I beg you, invest in them. And that has been me. You understand me? Never try to outdo anybody. Now try to say, boy, you're the star, right? You're the big coach. Believe you me. That is far-fetched and far from me. We just want to know so you can help these young men and women to matriculate in a society.
I wish a lot of coaches were like you, but coach, after 20 years, all these, why no? Why you feel like this is the right time to stop the coaching basketball and helping and mentoring these kids on the court? Why no?
No, yes. You see, you just make a mistake in your statement and you say, mentoring these kids stop. I use the word stop.
Still be doing
on the court. I said on the court. I said on the court.
Me I try to excuse, I try to find a loophole through your question. I just jump on it. Boy, you know where could be
Not hearing your coach. I don't know. We're not
Ricky,
hearing
if
you.
you're here, we're not here right now.
We're not hearing you.
And the loophole that him talk about.
Oh,
But until the coach fix his headphone
The
and get
audio.
everything audio proper, as I said before, it's food for thought. What he constantly express about the passion and not just looking at these kids as you just want to win a championship, you just want this and that. It's sometimes coaches are really selfish, and I'm not calling any name, I'm not bashing anybody, but we're just talking as it is, you know. And to hear Edwards mention about how him view coaching and the stance him take, it have nothing to do with the trophy, but the individual themselves, how to get them to become a better person in life. I just think him need to go on a plaque or be awarded some form. I don't know. We need to honor these coaches, the
We
amount of
don't.
time they put in.
We don't have the numbers, right? But I think the Coach Edwards supposed to have the most
What was
scholarship
said there?
recipients, right? I
What
think
was
so.
said?
Coach, yeah, I was asking why.
between him, CB, Lods,
MCB and Lodge. Coach, you hearing us?
yeah, and
Yeah, I'm hearing
Spidey.
you now.
You're hearing. All right, you can go ahead and answer the
Yes.
question and ask. Why no?
Repeat the question. Why now? You could like over just come back on. You could delay it.
No.
What you doing? You trying to dodge the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But
I remember ask you a different question then. Why you choose to step away from the basketball right now?
Can I tell you this? It was something I've been praying about and asking God, and I'm just being open with you. Asking God when there are other issues, underlying issues, but sometimes when you see things leading to somewhere, you sit down and say, Lord, what next? What next? And maybe at the point I'm not trying to slide it, but in that point, I literally sat down. I told my wife, say, hey, I feel like it's time to step down. And sometimes stepping down can be for a long time or a short period, but every now and then you need to take a step back to take a couple steps forward. And I think that is me. You understand me? So the probability is that maybe I'm stepping back to step forward.
Yeah.
Isn't that possible?
So Corona make you step back now. So, all right, leave it at that.
All right. Coach Edwards, I realize you stopped Willie when you mentioned that you won't stop mentor kids back and forth. And Willie mentioned about off the court. I know for a fact that you have the Kevin Godfrey camp that normally take place, and you will always be a part of that. I guess and I figure. What are the plans? What takes place?
The academy too.
Hello? You hearing me?
He said the academy.
Also.
There's academy.
All right, so that is good. Can you just tell the viewers about the camp, about the academy, and when it normally takes place, or it's run back and forth? Just give us some information on that, because it's a good card.
All right, let me just, we're talking about that. I have to big up Michael Williams. For those who don't know Michael Williams, he's a Rabalock old boy. You understand me? Trust me, he has a heart for basketball. Hey, give and take whatever you want to say, but I give him much respect. I remember a couple of years ago, I met him, I think it was 2012, and we have been working together, and he has helped me in a lot of ways. But then we started to talk, him, myself, and Barrington Bonito, and we started to talk, and we sat down, and we were trying to find a way to honor Kevin. And one of the things that was on my heart is to have an academy, and he said, listen, that's a great idea, and he said, listen, let us run with it. Barrington push it. And we went about it, So let me big up these guys. I will not leave them up. Barrington Benito, Michael Williams, they do love the sport of basketball. They have been behind the scenes doing a lot of things. I know Barry's not it. Barry might cuss me and say, what you call my name for? Because he loves to the things behind the scene. Michael has been there helping. He has a summer league that he does, and he does other things. But these are the persons that help me. And I sat down and said, how can we help young people? It is a under 16 tournament, and it is geared to give students or athletes more play or more basketball. What we do is that we provide teams all across the island. Understand me? And I'm praying that we have a second court finish at Old Harbour in time. so we can invite more teams. And we play a friendly competition that at the end of the day it must be on a fellowship, life lasting fellowship that years from now these guys can say to themselves, you know, they're playing at the Godfrey tournament and I know you and you know they can have a band and it helps them to develop their skill sets. Not only just Godfrey tournament, we do have different expos that we do. Understand me? Several times coach will come down and do various camps in Old Harbour and persons are invited to come on board and it's free.
Okay. And a lot of giveaways,
the tournament is in December. Yeah, man.
Tell us some teams that has gone to. Tell us some teams that has gone to the Kevin Godfrey tournament.
Calabar is a fixture. JC, Arden, Campion, Herbert Morrison, Manchester High, Dintil, KC. I don't want to leave a good. Come on. Assistant organizer and director, Kurt Stewart. Help me out.
Olaba.
And for the viewers overseas who are not really familiar
Olaba.
with
St. Catherine High, St. Diego High.
Yeah. So this is for viewers who are overseas who are not really familiar with Jamaica. When we talk about high school, we're talking about we have tournaments under 14, under 16, under 19. So that's the age group we're really talking about. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Willard, is there any you mute your mic, Willard.
This is so unprofessional of me. I apologize, Coach. Before we move on, I just wanted to ask if we were to ask any of your players to describe you and the qualities of a coach, what sort of things do you think they would say about you?
Miserable.
So like Gary.
There's the father, there's the friend, there's the brother. Understand me?
Ricky, I want to ask you a question. If somebody now watching this or in the future decides to be a coach, what would you tell them?
Make sure it is done out of love. You have to love the sport. You have to have a love and a passion for it. If you don't have it, don't take it up. Don't do it as a side job or do it as something, you know. By the way, you have to have a passion for it because you're in a position to change lives, not just win championship. So if you don't have the love and passion, I would say to you, please find another job.
Definitely. So, I said before, I don't know, and I'm saying it out. I don't know how you leave the sport because I'm telling you, just hear talk about the sport. I tell you, some nights you might twist and turn. We see that you are very confident in what you're doing. You're very strong. You put God first, which is a must. But however, who always ask players who constantly support them to move on through your coaching era, the 20 years. We would say it would be a backbone that normally, regardless of what, is always there to say, Ricardo Edwards, keep calm, continue to do what you're doing, and give you that motivation speech.
First and foremost, I will have to say it because I just my DNA, you know, God. Because these are lives. But if I should talk about somebody here, there are several persons. My wife, first and foremost, my wife. Goofy knows she's a lover of basketball. You understand me?
What? Yep.
You understand? You talk about Goofy, I call him brother, and people would understand why I call him brother. You know, I big him up, and if him feel like him wants a Ricky, don't do that to me. But I call him brother for a couple of reasons. There are times I've been sick, and nobody knows. And, you know, this man come to me, and, you know, and I not talk about basketball, I talk about brother. A brotherly advice, brother, listen, yeah, all right, brother, better you take it easy. And you know, it was beyond basketball, and some of us coaches need to have that relationship beyond basketball because it's healthy for your continuity. You understand me? You talk about Ludlow Barker, you know, crazy. You know, him my backbone. It's like it's a family. It's a family to us. Spidey, as I said, my father, and I can name several other coaches. And you notice I'm speaking about some older coaches because it's good to make yourself accountable to people as a coach. Accountability is key. You understand me? Tell people to grow. Then you talk about the youngsters like a Sullivan, a David Pugh. I try to interact with them. And I would even, Coach Martel, he has some brilliant ideas and some people need to pick in mind. You know, CB, the legend. I wouldn't have a problem sitting down at these guys' feet. You understand me? And these are some of the guys, and when they speak to me, it helps. You understand me? But as I say, ultimately, I'll sit down with either Goofy or Ludlow and Howard McCarthy. You understand me? And these people, they have a strong influence in my life. You understand me? And I'll say that publicly. They do. They have a strong influence in my life. And we'll sit down and we'll talk. And many a times it's put basketball aside. How are you? And you don't know the power of somebody asking you that. Not how much games you win, how much championship you have, but how are you? And I beg of us, coaches who are listening, whether you have, elder coaches that have gone through the system, I beg of you, see yourself as mentors. If you never see it before, see yourself as mentors now. Call some younger coaches and just simply say how you do, how your family. It helps.
All right, Coach Edwards, we don't want to be the only one asking any questions, because the viewers will cuss us as soon as they come off, they may start calling. Yo, we never get a chance. So, Willard, is there any questions out there for Coach?
Well, the first question, Rob, is from Soundboard.
3% and I can't find my charger.
All right, here's a question. Coach Edward,
what needs to be done?
Hurry it up, Willie.
What needs to be done to repair the Northern Conference?
Oh, good question. And investment, training coaches. Before you think about going there and start scrimmages, train those who you want to train others and train them the right way. I think that is the best way to start. Train coaches. You understand me? Train coaches. Yeah. For a coach to identify skill set that comes naturally, but if you train them how to go about setting up their programs and these things, it will help them a long way. Train coaches. Putting things in place like having some you notice that's a train coaches first, some mini camps. Try to get them at some centralized location where you can develop the players then. But first, you need to train coaches. I strongly believe that. Because if you have a good coach, it will bring forth a good program.
Okay.
All right, we have another question here from Travis Jones. Will he revive old Harbour Tasmanian Devil for club purposes?
Travis, you're being unfair. Definitely. I can say this. Let me just reveal a secret now, and it's down public now. And everybody can see they hear it on the interview. Yes.
We're privileged to hear this. Okay. Let's go.
Yes. Travis, yes.
Yes, sure.
So Old Harbour will have a basketball club team.
You hear that, Travis?
D1 looking up. You hear that, Calvin Martin met the spot.
Any more questions? Because remember, coach is on about 2% now. I want to get the viewers involved before.
I will tell you.
Realize. Any more questions, Willard? Wells?
Yeah, again from Travis. He's asking Spidey over Wayne Ramsey.
Travis.
Wayne Ramsey is
Robert Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Okay. So many players. No, there's not a lot. No, there's no more question, coach.
Travis Jones, you are showing something.
Okay.
Right,
we just have some big up, you know.
And let me say this.
A lot of big up at that place. Big up Travis, coach. Big up this.
Listen up. Yeah. Let me just say this to Travis quickly. Listen, there are always areas in your life that people come on, and bring it to our next level. Nothing will ever take away what Robert Ramsey did for me in basketball. You understand me? Nothing at all. Nothing will replace that. But in truth and in fact, I learned basketball in terms of watching as Basil Barrett, Kevin Hibbert, Howard McCarthy. You understand? To some extent, some you talk about Pinnock, that's ganja. You get me?
Yeah.
And these are some of the guys that I learned. When I went to Old Harbour, I learned to sit down and organize and put squads together, and in terms of identifying my ability to see talent through Robert Ramsey. And nothing will ever replace that. To this day, I owe me being a coach all.
Coach, you're gone again.
And I think
And for those who don't know, Robert Ramsey was AK, otherwise known as Gandhi.
And him have really on 1%, so we need to see if we can get him in back quick so we can tell him thanks. However, for the international viewers, when you mention ganja, him not smoking ganja. Here is our former referee called
Kevin Pinnock.
Kevin Pinnock. So
Kevin Pinnock, and he was also and he was a FIBA referee, and between him and Godfrey was known as the two best referees in the island. Maybe I don't know about
Ruan
before the 90s.
Ruan swear by that to this day.
Yo, Ganja and Godfrey, Howie Mack, three of the best referees ever.
And one thing
that is just coming from me. I mean,
one thing I realized, Kofi, because Coach Edwards, I know we're not hearing him, but I guess more than likely he can still hear us. He constantly mentions about the respect that he shows to his players and the elders who come before him. So you realize that something called respect is in his DNA, as he mentioned. And we just really want to say it was a privilege. A big shout out to Coach Edwards. I hope him can come back on before him phone dead, because him have 1%.
Look like him a chip in, you know.
I'm still on 2.
O'Neal Brown on the screen. Big up O'Neal Brown.
O'Neal Brown giving shout out. Coach, what I don't know. I don't know how we can. I don't know if I'm gonna talk to the secretary for sending a gift basket to you. We need an address or something, because it was a privilege to have you on the show. You know, give us some history, tell us about your life, the journey from your uptown Tivoli to where you are now. I know persons how you do basketball and basketball is not just about trophy, but for the individuals, for the players. This is the players move from point A to point B. You mentioned about even persons cannot even read and know they are leaving college due to the fact that basketball provides that avenue for them to reach their goal in life. And these are the stories we need to tell. These are the stories we're happy to be a part of. Interview Squad is so happy now. I can say, speak on behalf of the crew. They have been WhatsApping me, texting me, a lovely interview. It was like refreshing, a breath of fresh air when we hear they talk how optimistic you are and how much you see great things for basketball. You mentioned the young coaches, you mentioned past coaches, you mentioned how we can build basketball in Jamaica, and we must say thanks a lot from the Interview Squad for being on the show.
Wait, coach, before you go to we see you mention Kevin Godfrey and know that him responsible for it. He's the reason why you have the every year and stuff like that. We had a video
the camp and the tournament
of Steph Curry giving a shout out. So we'll just play it so everybody can see that and see how talented this young star.
Hey Kevon, it's Stephen Curry here. Just reaching out. I want to let you know that a lot of people are rooting for you, thinking about you, praying for you. Keep fighting, keep staying positive. I know you're an amazing basketball player, but even better person, so that counts more than anything. Take care. God bless. All the best.
We're supposed to have an interview with Stephen Curry coming up. We are going to mention that to him.
Did he get the chance to see this message from Stephen Curry? Coach, I guess you're saying yes. Your audio is out again, but I think you're saying yes because I see it on your face. So, you know.
Kofi, as you know, the battery. Kofi, any shout out to, as I say, a brother, because him don't call your friend, you know, him say your family. So, him leave.
Big up Coach Edwards, his wife, his daughter, the whole Abba fraternity. Big up the coaches that checked in: Rowan, O'Neal, Dave, Sully. Let's keep basketball going. Let's spread it some more. Let's get this thing up and running, man.
Definitely so. And I see constantly person still shouting out to coach, and you kind of know he's an individual that I tell you, 20 years, we would love to see him do our next 20 years because this young man I thought when I leave the sport. What is going on?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The need for continue.
Yeah, you know what?
The word.
This 20-year-old,
Yo,
this 20-year-old
I still can't believe that.
Hey,
Capo,
I want to say something still.
Capo was the coach.
Yes, Goofy.
Yeah, man, Capo is a great coach. Enough people don't. Capo carried Dunoon to a national title, you know, with being and doing it at that time with no sixth form. One of the hardest feats to do out here, you know.
Yeah, that after.
Enough people never know that Dunoon won a title.
I beat up Dunoon side in my years.
But wow, when me the one say still.
Yeah.
When me the one say still, it kind of the reason why I became a Golden State fan was when Curry did what he did for Kevin.
Okay.
Really
when he
good.
sent a message and do what he did for Kevin.
That's a shout out.
That sealed it for me because. Hey, what's up?
Audio works.
Audio up. Are you fix the audio for daddy?
I'm the only group on the court, man.
Hopefully when Corona done, I come go and visit. Yeah, man, I go tour the whole country. I want go every court go play some ball.
Coach.
Dave Black.
Yeah, that's overdue.
Yeah, Flimmer set up something with Dave Black for we go down a Mobile. So we have put Dave Black on the spot. We need to go down a Mobile, go chill for a weekend and play some on a Mobile. Manchester too.
All right, as you just said, Coach Edwards daughter, I know that we have to give shout out to the female society regarding basketball. Willard, we have a picture to show that the development, we are being optimistic just like Coach Edwards. 2 Jamaican women were nominated to participate in the inaugural FIBA America's program.
The Lente program.
Is that Latouche?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a 2-year program.
Angelita Latouche and Sasha Dixon.
Wow.
And it's a 2-year program, right?
Well done.
So things are going on as Coach Edwards said, let us stop highlight only negative and these what is going on, we have to highlight this positive thing. The females, big shout out. I will just continue to hope that everybody come on board and can partner.
Was it Latouche the Division 1 Coach of the Year?
Yes.
Yes, but
was it Latouche the Division 1 Coach of the Year?
Yes, I believe so.
She was.
I want to talk about Division 1 for the persons, because the thing about
she is.
Yes. Goofy.
Yeah, she's a coach for Grand Spen. So
all right, yeah. Goofy. Sometimes when we are doing the interview, persons are saying we are using things that they don't understand. When we talk about Division 1, we are talking about our community basketball program out here. So when you hear Goofy say Division 1,
that's the secondary league.
Yeah, the secondary league. Our national league is NBL.
Listen to me. I am going to say about Division League kind of run better than the NBL right now. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, but I'm just keeping it real. You understand? Martin, Calvin Martin, you did a very good job. You're doing a very good job, and I hope we continue to get bigger and better. You know, I appreciate what you're doing, sir. So I'm just put that out there. NBL, fix up yourself.
But still have the facts out there. So D1 is a community league, NBL is a national basketball league. All right, they hear Willard Wells' views on both leagues, but as again, we are being optimistic as Coach Edwards says. So basketball, keep moving. We're not stay one place. We're not stand up. We say we have to push out. We have to do what we have to do. Sunday, we won't have an interview tomorrow, which is Saturday. We have holiday on Monday. We are going to give you a Sunday treat with a nice young female. I'm not going to even mention the name now. Tune in Sunday, 5 p.m. Interview squad. Be there. Cool?
All right. Yeah, man. And thanks for all the viewers, those who are live and those who will be watching.
Hold on, before you end the broadcast, Willard. Persons are complaining to me to say that they can't get the comment. You have to have a YouTube. Explain that to them for me, Willard.
Yeah, you have to have a YouTube account. Well, but that's easy. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube account. Just sign in your Gmail and you do a little thing where you say a tick. Please remember to subscribe and share. You see me? Jamrock interviews on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
We're out.
Coach.
Coach Edward.
Thanks for the interview, sir. We have to talk. I forgot to talk to Capo. Never know say Capo coach. Because I beat up Capo team, when me I go high school. So I probably play against I don't even know. I'm not sure. Just know say Coach Dwight Frazier was
depends on what year, sir. Depends on what year.
When Dwight Frazier was a coach, I don't know if you know that guy. If you ever heard of him, Dwight Frazier, one of the better coaches that I've met.
Okay.
We'll have him on. All right. End of this. Thanks for watching.
Hey, blessings. Appreciated.
Yeah, man.